Everyone, Raj Kotuta here explaining. In this video, we are going to solve this question which is coming from calculus. So it is integration, and in this case we are integrating by partial fraction because we are given the factors down the denominator, and that means we are supposed to integrate by partial fraction. So if we are given the factors down, meaning that we are supposed to integrate by partial fraction. So in this case, we are not just integrating, but we are getting the value of k. So they are saying determine the value of k given that the integral from 0 to 1 of x minus k over 3x plus 1 dx is equal to 0. So here it's saying it's equal to 0. All right. Now, how to get the value of k? Now, for you to get the value of k, what you're supposed to do is to integrate and then equate that to 0. So you keep the limits first, 0 to 1, and then we are going to integrate. So integrating here, remember this is partial, so we are going to first resolve this into partial. So it's going to be x minus k over 3x plus 1, and x plus 1 is equal to a over the first factor, which is 3x plus 1, plus b over the second factor, which is x plus 1, like this. So from here, after we've done that, remember we are resolving first into partial before integrating. So we are going to say that we multiply this throughout by the factors, which are the 3x plus 1 and the x plus 1. So, and the x plus 1, like that. So if you are to do that, you are going to realize that the first factor, so this and this are going to cancel, and then you end up having what is on top, which is the x minus k, is equal to, if you are to multiply this and this, you are going to find that the 3x plus 1 and the 3x plus 1 will go. You remain with a times x plus 1. You are going to remain with a times x plus 1. Hope you are able to see that. So you are going to remain with x plus 1 there. Then plus, if you are to multiply also this and this, you are going to realize that the x plus 1 will go. You remain with b. So you are going to remain with b times 3x plus 1, like that. Now from here, remember they are saying that we are resolving, meaning that we want to get the value of a and b. So for instance, if you want to get the value of b here, it means you need to see how you can cancel the part for a. So how can you cancel the part for a? We can let x to be equal to -1, because if x is -1, meaning that this part for a is going to cancel and you only remain with the part for b. So by doing so, we say let x to be equal to -1, meaning we have -1 minus k is equal to a open -1 plus 1 plus b open 3 times -1 plus 1. Then here this part will go, and then we end up having -1 minus k is equal to, this side we have 3 times -1 is -3 plus 1, which is -2 times b, which is -2b. Now you need to get the value of b. How can you get the value of b? You can divide by -2. You also divide by -2. That means this and that will go, and then you are going to have the value of b to be this -2 is divided to the numerators, which are -1 minus k, meaning that we can say -1 over -2, then minus k over -2, like that. Okay, so the value of b is going to be this and that will go, that and that is a positive, so we're going to have 1 over 2 plus 1, or k over 2, so plus k over 2. So meaning that this is the value of b. Now we also need to get the value of a. So how can we get the value of a? Okay, so to get the value of b, or before we even go to the value of b, we can actually, rewrite this as the value of b as b is equal to 1 plus k over 2, like that if we want. So you can write it as 1 plus k over 2. All right, now from there we can also get the value of b. Now for you to get the value of b, you should know that we are on this equation, so you should know that you should find ways on how you can cancel the part for b so that you remain with the part for a. So how can we cancel the part for b? we can let x to be you can let x to be negative 1 over 3. So if we let x to be negative 1 over 3, we are going to say, let x to be equal to negative 1 over 3. That means if we are to put that throughout, we are going to have, alright, so we are going to have, or if we want, we can even let x to be equal to 0. If you want x to be equal to 0, it's still the same. Alright, but in this case, I've already let it to be negative 1 over 3, so we can say in this equation here, whenever there is x, we are putting negative 1 over 3, so let's do that. So we're going to say negative 1 over 3 minus k is equal to a, open, negative 1 over 3 plus 1, then plus b, open, 3 times negative 1 over 3 plus 1. So in this case, you're going to realize that this part will go to 0. That part there will cancel. This one is going to cancel like that. So it will cancel. And then we end up having, we are going to have negative 1 over 3. Negative 1 over 3 minus k is equal to, you have this side which is negative 1 over 3 plus 1, which is going to be this one. Okay, let me do it here. So this is 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is it's a 2 over 3. So here we're going to have a 2 over 3. Alright, so we're going to have a 2 over 3a. So inside here, I've gotten 2 over 3. 2 over 3 times a is 2 over 3a. This part has gone to 0, so you just cancel it like that. Alright, now in this case, you need to get the value of a. How can you get the value of a? We are going to multiply this equation throughout. So we multiply this throughout by 3 over 2, so that this and that will go, that and that also will go. You remain with a is equal to, we are also multiplying the 3 over 2 times 1 over 3. We are going to get negative 1 over 2, and then minus 3 over 2 times negative k is going to be minus 3 over 2k. So this is what we are going to get if we are to, if we are to get the value of a. Now, after getting the value of a, remember, don't forget that we are integrating. So we are integrating this function by partial fraction. So we needed to get the value of a and the value of b. So after getting these two values, what we can simply do is to replace them. Now we know the value of a, we also know the value of b. So let's replace them. So by replacing them, we're going to say we had a over x plus 1, then plus b over 3x plus 1. Let me just double check. No, it was a over 3x plus 1. So a is over 3x plus 1. Let me remove this. So a is 3x plus 1. And then b is over x plus 1. Now we now know the values of a and b, so we can replace them. The value of a is equal to negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k, then over 3x plus 1, then plus b. The value of b is 1 plus k over 2, 1 plus k over 2, then over x plus 1. All right, now we were told to say integrate this question. So we are told to say integrate this under these limits and then equate it to 0. So we've already resolved in two partial. So we've already decomposed our fraction in two partial, which is this one here. Now after resolving, that's when we can integrate and equate to 0. So now after we've done that, we are going to introduce the integral symbols. So we introduce an integral here, also introduce an integral there, and then now equate this to 0 as we are told in the question. So from here then, we are going to say how to integrate. Remember, we are integrating in such a manner that we are integrating from 0 to 1 here, also 0 to 1. All right, so now if we are to do that, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So if we are to do that, what we are going to do is to simply factor out the constant, because we've seen that this one on top, it has no x, meaning that it's a constant. This one also is a constant, so you can factor those out. So the first constant is negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k. Then you now have integral of 1 over 3x plus 1. then plus the second constant is 1 plus k over 2, and then you integrate 1 over x plus 1 and equate that to 0. So by doing so, you are going to have the negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k. Integrating 1 over 3 plus 1 is going to give us natural log. So this one is going to give us natural log of, so this is a constant, integrating that is natural log of 3x plus 1. Then plus, you also keep the constant, which is 1 plus k over 2. Integrating 1 over x plus 1 is natural log of x plus 1 and equate that to 0. Now from there, you are going to find that we were given limits that we are supposed to replace. So the limits that we are given were coming from 0 to 1. Those were the limits. Now we need to replace them. So meaning that we are going to create two brackets. In the first one we put 1 whenever there is x, and in the other one we put 0 whenever there is x. So by doing so, you have negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k. Then we have natural log of 3 times 1 plus 1, that's in the first bracket, plus also 1 plus k over 2, natural log of 1 plus 1. So this is our first bracket. We've put 0 whenever there is, we've put 1 whenever there is x. Then we say minus. We also go to the next one. We get the same equation, but now we put the same equation here, but now we're going to put 0, which is our lower limit, in the second bracket. So by doing so, we have negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k, natural log of 3x, which is, now we are putting a 0 there, plus 1, then plus 1 plus k over 2, then natural log of 0 plus 1 equal to 0. So we equate that to 0 like that. So that is our our lower limit. Now from here we say, we work out what is in the first bracket, which is this one, and then we also go to the second bracket. Now by doing so, remember our main aim is to find the value of k. So we do this, we come here. What we're going to do here is that we have natural log of 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have the first one, which is negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k. Natural log of 3 plus 1 is 4. Then plus 1 plus k over 2. Natural log of 1 plus 1 there is a 2. This is our first bracket. Minus the second bracket, we have negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k. Then natural log of 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is natural log of 1. Then plus, we come here, which is 1 plus k over 2. And then we have natural log of 0 plus 1 is 1. And equate this to 0. Now from here, what you're going to discover is that in the second bracket, you have natural log of 1, which is a 0. So natural log of 0 is 0 times everything here, it will go to 0. This one also, natural log of 1 is a 0 times everything here, you go to 0. So meaning that in the second bracket, we are just getting a 0. So we just need to work out what is in the second bracket. So we need to use a calculator there. Alright, so if we are to do that, you get, here you have negative 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2k. Natural log of 4, if you are to get the natural log of 4, you are surely going to get 1.39. So you are going to get 1.39. So you get 1.39 here, 1.39. Then plus, you do the same. You say, you do the same here. You are going to have 1 plus k. 1 plus k is going to give us a k, so you keep that, which is 1 plus k over 2, and then you also get natural log of 2. So what is natural? Alright, so if you are to get natural log of 2, which is on this step here, you are going to find that it is 0.69 as well. So you get 0.69. So you write here 0.69, and then this is equated to 0. Now we need to get the value of k. So now to do that, we we are going to multiply this into what is here. We also multiply this into that. That's what we are going to do. Now, by doing so, you say we are multiplying the negative 1 over 2 times 1.39. All right. Okay, so if you are to multiply this into that, you are going to get 0.69. So you get negative 0.69 minus, you also multiply this and that, you are going to get 2.08k. Then plus, you also come here, you say 0.69 times times the half. Remember, this on top can be divided as 1 over 2 plus k over 2, which is also 1 over 2k. So you can also say 1 over 2k, 1 over 2k, like that. This one can also be written like that. So meaning that if you are to multiply this into that, you have 0.69 times 1 over 2. So 0.69. Right, so meaning that when you multiply that and that, you are going to get a 0.35. So we get 0.35, then plus, you also do the same 0.69 times 1 over 2k, you get the same 0.35k, and then equate this to 0. Then from here, what you're going to do is to get the value of k. So you can just correct like terms here. You can say this is, I'll get first the ones for k, so I'll have negative 2.08k plus 0.35k is equal to, I have the, I'll take this one that have got no k the other side, which are the 0.35. When it goes the other side, it becomes negative 0.35. Then the negative 0.69, when it goes the other side, becomes a positive 0.69. Okay, so now here we add, so we are going to add negative 2.08 plus 0.35. All right, so if we are to do that, you are going to get, so we say negative 2.08 plus 0.35, we are going to get a negative 1.78. So we get negative 1.78, which is equal to, we add also the other side, which is negative, don't forget that we have a k here because we're adding these which are having k. So it will be negative 1.78k is equal to, you also do the same, which is negative 0.35 plus 0.69, this side here. So if you are to do that, you have negative 0.35 plus 0.69, giving us a 0.34. So if you are to do that, this you divide by negative 1.78, you also divide by negative 1.78, meaning that these two go, and then the value of k will be equal to, you need to divide this number on top divided by the one down. So if you are to do that, you are going to have 0.34 divided by 0.34 divided by negative 1.78. So divide by negative 1.78. Okay, so if you are to do that, your answer will be negative, your final answer will be negative 0.19. all right, so this is the value of k. So let me take you back to the question. The question was, determine the value of k given that the integral from 0 to 1 of x minus k over 3x plus 1 x plus 1 dx is equal to 0. So what they just needed you to do is to first resolve or decompose this into partial, then after decomposing it, integrate it on these two limits, and then equate the equation to 0. Once you just do that, it means you'll be able to get the value of k. So that is what I've simply done here. So please, if you find this question, this is how you're supposed to go about it. This is the Radical Tutor. Please, after watching this video, just do me a favor, please subscribe on my channel, so that whenever I post videos, you are able to see that I've posted the videos. See you next time.